Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be continuing on with the Summoner storyline. I'm going to be reading a little bit slower today because my throat actually really hurts, but kind of need to get this done because I set a due date for myself to have this finished and it's coming up, so. Greetings, quietly. Though it is good to see you, I am afraid I have yet to ascertain Tristan's ultimate objective. I only know that he is cunning and brutal and will stop at nothing to achieve his purpose. As matters stand, we but chase after this man's shadow. Such a straightforward pursuit will, I believe, leave us ever one step behind. Our sole advantage is the treasure we possess that Tristan appears to covet. Eventually, his desire will bring him to us. Where and when Tristan will strike, I cannot say. But it is unlikely to be on a field of our choosing. Thus, I suggest we prepare for this inevitable conflict as best we may. As fortune would have it, the ruins of Mordana may have provided us with a new source of strength. Word among the sons is that a set of evokers' attire has been unearthed. Made during the reign of the Allegan Empire, these enchanted garments were soon for the exclusive use of summoners. I can only imagine the degree to which they will enhance your already impressive powers. The man supervising the excavation efforts at St. Coinage Find, Rambrose, is a dear friend of mine. In light of our circumstances, I am certain that he will consent to a request that you be allowed to don the attire. Shall we pay him a visit? We've already talked to this guy in the MSQ. Ah! Yahirtra. I suspect you have made an appearance before long. And I presume this fine lady is the new summoner I've heard so much about. Yes, hopefully the first of many. Now, pray tell, Rambrose, has the discovery of the Allegan-made evoker attire been confirmed? It has. Truly a historic find. Then I would ask a boon of you, my friend. You recall the predicament of which I spoke. Our chances of survival would be greatly improved if you would consider allowing Quietly to wear the Allegan garments. Well, she is a summoner after all, and I must confess to no small degree of scholarly curiosity as to the effects the attire will have on one with the appropriate training. These finds are, however, the result of much sweat and even a few tears on the part of our excavation team. 'Tis a frustrating task at times, and I fear they will be loath to part with the garments without some measure of recompense for their efforts. Allow me then to offer a solution. Metallic monstrosities of Allegan construction known as Mirror Knights have risen from the dig site scattered across Mordana. Needless to say, they pose a dangerous threat to our excavators. I suggest you speak with my 3 field researchers and dispose of any such nasty hindrances to their work. I dare say they will then gladly surrender the pieces of attire they hold. Once I have confirmed our dig site suitably empty of armored horrors, I will see you rewarded with the garments that I myself recovered from the ruins. A mere knight lurks just over yonder. I can scarce think straight with the thing wandering about. Oh gods, it approaches. Oh. Phew, you have my thanks. Now I might finally be able to concentrate on my tasks. If I'm not mistaken, you are in search of the Evoker's attire. I have one of its wondrous pieces right here. You are most welcome to it. Equip. Oh. Skirt. Okay. Praise the good gods. Rambo said an adventure would be along, but please, you must destroy the horrid construction. Thank you for eliminating the source of my recent nightmares. I do not ordinarily stutter so, you see, but abject terror has that effect on folk. Now I hear from Yahitra that you are in need of the elegant garment. I should be glad to see it put to practical use rather than shut away in some dusty vault. Nice. Mirror Knights? Yes, they have been quite bothersome. I would be most appreciative were you to eliminate the creaking pest that has been plaguing me of late. Fascinating. I never thought I would be fortunate enough to observe a conflict against an elegant constructor at such close quarters. This has been a deeply enriching experience. If the price is to be my piece of the Evoker attire, then so be it. The champion of my research returns. With the ruins now free of Mirror Knights, the excavators can proceed at a far more satisfying pace. Trembling in fear for one's life makes it astonishingly difficult to handle ancient artifacts that have a tendency to crumble into dust. You have performed a valuable duty to us quietly. As promised, you shall have the summoner's garment uncovered with my own hands as your reward. Yes. Yamhitra mentioned she would await you at Apaklu Falls. It seems there was no doubt in her mind that you would succeed here. So, this was how the summoners of old were clad. Well, kind of. The summoners of old were clad, well, more or less. It's unfortunate that the ruins have yet to surrender the final piece to the suns. These garments, aside from the coloring, they were identical to the garb Tristan wore. He will find no edge against you through his equipment. When next you face the murderous-clad victory will be decided purely by who is the more talented summoner. To that end, it is time you drew on your experience of defeating the primal Garuda. Yes, her aura of fickle violence is palpable upon you. It is daunting to imagine an egg be born of the Lady of the Vortex. Such unpredictable ferocity should serve you well. I will search for a suitable airy location in which to perform the atrocities of wind. You, my dear summoner, You, my dear summoner, must needs prepare yourself body and mind for the trial ahead. I shall be waiting. I sense Garuda's restless essence railing within the confines of your etheric channels. It is time we granted it release to the ospreys of the wind. Thankfully, I already have in mind a location that's well suits our elemental purposes. You are familiar with the floating city of Nim in Outer Lenoska. As you might imagine, the aspects of wind is entirely dominant in the area of those suspended isles. Pray, make your way there. Pray, make your way there as soon as you feel prepared. I am feeling excited to see this new Engi. Shall we begin? I assume that as this is your third such experience, you have now grown familiar with the steps of the ritual. Thus, as before, I would have you concentrate on shifting your etheric balance. Imagine the energy within you howling through your veins, an incessant gale of screeching wrath. Garuda's essence will Garuda's essence will be only too eager to harness those raging currents and shape them into a worldly avatar. Once Garuda Engi has appeared, it falls to you to tame its fury. Masterfully done, quietly. Garuda's power is now yours to wield. Your aptitude for the art of summoning has exceeded my highest expectations. I honestly could not have found a more valuable partner for my research. Let us return to Apuklu Falls. Apuklu Falls. I am sure you must be exhausted after this ordeal. With the addition of Garuda, you now command 3 powerful avatars. As you no doubt realize, however, each of these entities has a particular role in which it excels. For Garuda NG, that role is unleashing magic to strike down distant foes. I must admit it feels equal parts joy and apprehension at how faithfully the summoned being displays the original primal's volatile disposition. Experiment with your NG allies, and the most effective use of their individual abilities will soon become clear. With such mastery of the art at your disposals, I shall almost pity Tristan when next he chooses to confront you. Before that time comes, however, I will endeavor to pierce the mystery of his motivations. May your discoveries bring you confidence quietly. Nice. Summoner, huh? That's got little bat wings on it. Cute. Quietly. There has been a terrible incident. My poor colleague at St. Kunishfine murdered. The reports are confused, but they all mentioned the same black-robed attacker. You know as well as I do that Tristan is behind this massacre. He has indeed grown bold or desperate to commit such a brazen act. We should set off to Mordana at once and speak with any survivors. It may be that we can only glean some idea of what that cold-hearted monster was after, or where he might strike next. We must stop him quietly. Yes, I am absolutely certain it was the same dark summoner whom Yahitra described to us. We were celebrating the recent find, the soul crystal of the elegant summoner, when a man in black robes suddenly appeared and demanded we surrender the gem. Naturally, we objected to this arrogant imposition, but he simply sneered at our refusal. The next moment, the world exploded into flames. Through a haze of agony, I saw him snatch up the soul crystal from a smoldering body and stride off towards the singing shard. That bastard slaughtered my friends. There was no warning, no negotiation. If the gods grant you the chance to exact revenge, then I pray you show him the same mercy he afforded us. Another soul crystal. Yes, it makes sense that he would shift his attention to the more easily obtainable gem. After all your progress, you would now make for the most formidable opponent. I must apologize for not sharing my theory earlier. I suspect that Tristan might desire a soul crystal you carry, but did not wish to draw any premature conclusions without sufficient evidence. I am at a loss, however, to explain why he seeks to collect more of these Allegan relics. We shall just have to ask the villain himself after we corner him in the singing shard. Let us be on our way. Where's the singing shard? That way? Up? Down. This way. Oh, this is cool. Where? Is there a destination I'm supposed to be going to? Is it down? No, it's not. Oh. Oh, of course it's an Asian. I brought you the soul crystals as promised. Yes. These appear to be authentic Allegan artifacts. Very well. I shall honor our bargain. From within these gems I shall draw forth the memories of the ancient summoners and the slumbering essence of an elder primal. All the attendant knowledge and power shall be yours. Oh god, it's the pain. The bumbling summoner and her incompetent lackey make an appearance at last, you think, to capture me? Fools. I have orchestrated your every move. You have grown much in the art, it is true, but through the wisdom of the paragons, I now command the power of an elder primal. You made a deal with the paragons, and you call us fools. The Asians will never relinquish their hold on you. A small price to pay if you could just feel the strength that fills my entire being. It is indisputable. I will use this power to annihilate the beach tribes and put an end to their insufferable ritual once and for all. The primals will rise no more. Hear me, Demon King, the devouring flame. Feed on my ever-burning anguish and be rewarded. The accumulation of my sacred duty is at hand. But first, there is one more soul crystal that must be mine. I will tolerate its wasted potential no longer. By all the memories of the summoner's past, I should have been unstoppable. I will sear the disease of beastmen from the face of the land. Deprived of worshippers, the primals that tempted my weak-willed siblings will wither into oblivion. So, I see my orders records were accurate. Though it was buried deep in the archives, I but recently uncovered a report that described how you slew your own brother. He was corrupted during your ill-fated encounter with Ifrit, was he not? I imagine our superiors in the Immortal Flames thought it was a mercy to conceal that inglorious detail. Once the soft-hearted fool had been tempered, there was no saving him, and thus I took it upon myself to expunge the stain of embarrassment. But my work is left undone. The primal. No, all the primals must suffer for that insult. After I killed my brother, I found myself liberated, my vision clear. No deed was too vile if it promised to add to the power I required. How can you not see? I am the sword of vengeance, and I shall wrest that soul crystal from your blasted corpse. He's gone. I wonder which stuck the first blow to his sanity, the despair at his brother's tempering or the guilt from slaying his own kin. It is ironic to think that, discounting the means, our purpose were fundamentally one and the same. The summoner employs the savagery of the primals to conquer the primals themselves. Had Tristan approached us as an ally, we might have found ourselves aiding his cause. Alas, he chose to walk the path of bloodshed. Each vicious act must have pushed the man deeper into his madness until eventually the lust for power and vengeance was all that drove him. The might of the primals carries with it a burden of responsibility and a measure of danger. I hope never to see you corrupt by the potent energies you wield quietly. It is time we return to Buklu Falls. The Dark Summoner is no more. Oh, how I would love to declare our troubles at an end, but I fear the Ascian with whom Tristan made his bargain is yet afoot. The so-called Paragons prey upon men and women who are at their weakest, speaking honeyed words to lead them down the road to destruction. In this manner, we seek to plunge the realm of Eorzea into chaos. It is reassuring to know that that heroes like you exist to foil their never-ending schemes and fool plots. An outright war against the Ascians looms closer by the day. Thus would I have you armor yourself with these last pieces of Evoker's attire. It was discovered at the same dig site where Tristan seized the soul crystal, and the Saints of Coinage finds researchers grateful for your actions in bringing the murderous summoners to justice insisted that you complete your set. One can never be overprepared for heading into battle against a paragon. Wear it proudly, quietly. Speaking of preparations, were you aware of the deeper layer of power hidden within your avatars? A technique exists that allows you to tap into the full potential of your NGs. You must have seen Tristan employ this ability. During the final battle with the Dark Summoner, you would have heard a whisper emanating from the soul crystal. Still your mind now quietly, and you will hear the voice of the ancient summoners instructing you in their greatest achievements. The true power of the NG will be yours. Nice. This concludes the seminar quest for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. Nice. Okay, let's put on our stuff, I guess. Right. With our new gear equipped, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for coming and playing through the summoner quest with me. If you are enjoying this little series of playthroughs, please consider subscribing and liking. I'm doing all of the other job quests, and I'm doing the MSQ and stuff like that. Sorry, I was kind of low energy today. My throat actually, my throat's been killing me. But yeah, consider subscribing and liking, and then if you are interested in swinging by my other YouTube channel, I'm doing scripted and more structured content like summaries of these stories, reviews, and other things, so go ahead and check that out as well, and drop a like there if you'd like. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!